Hello everyone, it's time for another 5 minutes of Faram. So I'm here at Delphic Brewery. So I'm here with Tom. So Tom, if you just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about the brewery, a little bit about how long you've been here, and then we'll jump into the segment.
Cool. My name's Tom Broadbank. I'm the head brewer here at Delphic Brewing Company. We're based in Newbury in Berkshire. We've been going about 6.5 years in total, and we've moved into our new-ish premises about two years ago.
So what's your favourite hop to work with and why?
I mean, probably Citra. I think it's sort of classic brewer's favourite hop just because it's pretty versatile and works well in a broad range of styles, and always is pretty consistent, like quality-wise.
Yeah. Do you use that in a lot of your brews here, or?
We do. We use it in our core traditional pale. We use it in a lot of sort of new world style IPAs.
Yeah, it's good for like bringing that punchy flavour, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like you said, it's consistent. You know what you can expect.
It seems to me to be less sort of like the quality fluctuates from year to year based on the harvest. It seems like always pretty decent, even if it's not been a particularly good year.
So ideal for a core then, isn't it, really? Because you don't have to worry about too many modifications as you go through. So tell me a little bit about like a beer epiphany moment. That could be in the brewery, it could be a beer you tried either when you were testing one or one for another brewery or something along those sorts of lines.
Is this like brewing related? Or
brewing related or even drinking related. Yeah, whatever aspect you want.
I suppose I've got an answer for both, really. I suppose drinking beers wise, probably like the Cloudwater series of dippers, like back in the day. And also I remember when Vocation were quite small, they did a collab with someone called Them and Us. And that sort of blew my socks off back then, coming from like drinking more really traditional cask styles of beer, and they were sort of like as more hoppy styles were taking off over here, and then just absolutely blowing my mind on being fantastic. And on a brewing, from a brewing point of view, putting lactose in a hop back to dissolve it into the wort, it's just like takes so much easier than trying to dissolve it in wort.
Right.
In the kettle, where it all just like clumps together and goes all sludgy.
Yeah.
Just run the wort through the hop back with the lactose in it, and it dissolves really nicely.
I guess that's. And when did you realise that? How many years did you been brewing before you?
It was when we moved in here, actually, on our new kit, and it was sort of by chance because we brew a gingerbread milk stout with ginger root every like at Christmas time every year, and I was like, the ginger root was going in the hop back anyway, and I was like, I might just try putting the lactose in with it.
Yeah.
Because in theory, it will like, the wort will run through it nicely, and it should just dissolve and not get left behind. And it like every little bit of it was gone. There was no sludge. It just dissolved into the beer nicely and worked really well. And I was like, why have I struggled with lactose so much previously when this is just an easy way to do it? So even now, like if we brew something that has lactose in it and doesn't need the hop back for anything else, no other like whole leaf or fruits or spices or anything like that, I'll just put the lactose in the hop back, run the wort through it, and
job done.
Bob's your uncle. Dissolved and done.
Ideal. So what would you say your favourite like beer destination is? That could be a country, a town, that could be a festival.
I suppose it depends what I'm going for. If I'm going for like traditional cask pints all day, I would go to a pub called the Bell in Aldworth.
Oh yeah.
Which is about like half an hour from us. Like no phone signal, no draft keg beer. It's just cask. That's it. And if I was going for more of a broad range of beer drinking, I would probably go to the Nag's Head in Reading.
Yeah. Joe, it's funny. We've talked about both those pubs today. With all the breweries we've visited, both of those.
It's because they're the best.
So what's an underrated ingredient brewers should talk more about?
I don't know, because we talk about most things. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest.
What about an ingredient that's maybe surprised you, maybe something new?
Been impressed by the Abstracts and Sky Farm range that you guys stocked. We've sort of experimented with both the hop varietals and a few of the fruit ones as well, and really like them.
Nice.
I think the fruit ones work well, like in addition to fruit puree, just to like as a top note and kind of like or to add, I suppose, if you want that sort of like candied version of the fruit as well as the fresh from the puree works really well. And I think the hop varietal ones, I think they're really nice, again, to sort of boost certain hop characters, and they're quite good, especially like up scale. There's like every bit of yield sort of matters.
Yeah, for efficiency boosting.
Yeah, so they boost yields on like being able to take out a little portion of the dry hop and use some of the abstracts
Got on here your most memorable brew day moment, good or bad?
Oh, bad.
Bad. Go on, tell us about bad
day. The bad ones stick in the mind far more than the good ones. A good brew day is lovely. You just go home, no stress, and the bad brew day sticks in your mind. At a brewery I used to work at about 10 years ago, I was racking casks, and one of the other brewers was brewing on the day, and it was all sort of in the same area. And as the other brewer went to dig out the mash, put the barrow under the door, opened the manway, loads of mash came flying out, and a completely, I don't know what the word for it, a rat with none of its fur left on it. Cooked rat is probably the...
Oh, the smell.
Yeah, it was awful. And I just... Vivid memory of him going to pick it up out the barrow with gloves on by the tail, and the whole tail, like, all the skin came off the tail.
Gross.
Yeah, it was horrible. And thankfully the beer went down the drain. Yeah, that really sticks in your mind big time.
Yeah, that smell sticks in your nose as well.
Yeah, it was not a good day.
Poached rat.
It was on a Monday, and I think that we used to load up on a Friday, and whether it had got into the grist case and died in there, or if it had been alive in there and fallen in as it was mashed in, I don't know. But it was a bad day.
Bad day for you and the rat, both.
And the rat, the worst for the rat.
Well, yeah, true. What do you wish drinkers understood more about brewing?
Well, I think I would have said like the sort of traditional view that hazy beer is bad beer, but I think that's pretty much, if not gone, but it's definitely on the way out the door. You know, so I guess from like the perspective of a really, really small batch brewery like us, is I think the cost of everything, like the cost of electricity, ingredients, all those sort of things, and it's not a lot of people, but some people come in and look at the price and go, "Oh, I can get a pint for £2 in Wetherspoons," and it's like, well, you're in a very different place.
Yeah. I think some people forget that like a sort of a micro craft brewery, it's like a premium product.
Yeah, I think they just see beer as a blanket thing, and they'll go, well, if they can do it at that price, then everyone can. And it's like if you're putting a lot of care and attention into the ingredients you're using into your beers, they're going to cost more. They're going to come at a premium. It's a luxury product at the end of the day. So.
And I guess if some drinkers don't have quite the depth of palate to understand, maybe to tell the difference between something that's being curated and uses ingredients in specific ways rather than something that's just been created as a blanket mass production.
Right, exactly. I think a pretty decent brewery in London did it quite well, sort of tongue in cheek when they did that beer. I could get better at Tesco's for £1 or something like that. That was brilliant.
So, sort of outside the brew house, outside of brewing, what keeps you sane? Got any hobbies, interests?
At the minute, I've got a young daughter. It's about 10 months. So,
what's her name?
Erin.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a little angel. So at the minute, most of my time outside of work is taken up by her. But when I get the chance, I like to play a bit of darts.
Yeah, nice. Go to the pub.
Get to the pub.
Play darts, yeah.
Two mates, throw some darts.
Very nice. Sounds like a nice evening. So if you weren't brewing, what would you be doing? Did you do anything before?
I did. I went to uni to train to do a degree in video game technology.
Oh, wow.
Which turns out I didn't enjoy it very much. So yeah, I mean, if I'd stuck with that, probably that.
Probably video games.
So, yeah.
I guess, is that building video games? Is that what that is?
Designing them. Yeah, coding them and all that sort of thing. Not just playing. I'm sure there's a fair bit of playing to go with it.
Research.
I think that's why I did it at the time. And then I quickly realised I much more enjoy playing video games than making them.
Yeah, it sounds quite technical from my point of view. My head could get around that sort of thing. And what experiment taught you the most, even if it failed?
It's another hopback related one. I thought cacao nibs, grind them up with a coffee grinder and put them in the hotback. Appalling idea. Terrible. Really bad.
What flavours did you get from that?
Not flavours wise, just process wise. It just blocked the filters on the way to the heat X.
Okay.
For every minute for what normally we can knock out quite quick on our kit. It's like normally about 15-20 minutes. And I think it was about an hour and a half that day. Just because it just kept blocking. Block the heat, block the hop seed filters, block the heat X. Yeah, terrible. Really bad idea.
Would do that again.
Broke the coffee grinder near the end of the grinding up the cacao nibs. So yeah, bad idea. Really bad. Not everything works in the hotback, but lactose does.
Wow. At least you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah. You win some, you lose some.
So what beer are you dying to brew? Have you got any style or any particular flavour that you want to try and incorporate into something? Or
I want to do more sours this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we brew a few sours, but not like constantly throughout the year.
Try and get a core one going.
Yeah, potentially a core one. I'd really like to do like a Twister ice cream style sour.
Oh, okay, yeah.
At some point,
like limey flavour.
Yeah, lime and I think pineapple. Well, there's 2 different types of Twisters, but yeah, one of them's pineapple. But yeah, maybe either a set of 2, one for each of the flavours of Twisters, or just the green one. The green one's my favourite.
Oh, because you get green and red one mixed in a glass.
Yeah. And maybe have a mess around with a slushy machine, because I've never done that.
Yeah, like Tango Ice Blast.
Yeah.
Insane.
That could be quite fun.
That could be really fun, especially if it's nice and warm this summer. So what skills would you say separates a good brewer from a great brewer? Or a good brewer from a bad one?
Knowing what to put in the hot bag.
Yeah. Maybe knowing where experimentation needs to stop.
Yeah, probably. I don't know, really.
Other than just
not letting your brewery become run by accountants. If you're setting out to make really good beer, like choose the best ingredients and brew with those. Don't cop out just for the sake of slightly more margin.
Yeah.
I think you'll do far better if your beer is good than if you're saving a tiny bit. Like, we'll choose a really old harvest of hops that have, faded and have passed their best, but it saves us, £5 a kilo on.
Certainly, but then you might end up putting more in because you've got to try and get the flavour from something.
Exactly. Well, it just doesn't come out tasting how it should and what people expect. People have nice, fresh, aromatic comparison to their beers. So I think that's the main thing. I think everything else will come if you follow the best ingredients and water as well. I suppose.
Yeah.
Don't sort of work out your water profile and then just stick with it forever. It's like something that needs to be constantly checked and make sure that it's the same.
Especially where we have like so much rain and then droughts and things. Like if you live in a soft and hard water area, it affects it, doesn't it, in terms of like runoff from
that's like you speak to some people who like when they moved into their premises, they got their water tested and then they've been there for 5 years and never tested it since and stuck with it. And it's surprising how much it fluctuates over time.
Yeah, because your water board don't have to tell you about minor fluctuations.
No.
They only have to tell you about big ones if they affect drinking quality.
Yeah.
But in terms of you guys, you have
a mineral content.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you send it off for testing regularly, like you're kind of in the dark with it. And like I say, heavily affected by rainfall or lack of.
And also if you live between 2 areas as well. If you get it from one reservoir and then suddenly they switch over to another one, which you might not necessarily know until you do a bit of investigation and have you
100%.
think about it, So just a quick fire question to finish. Fuggles or Golding?
Goldings every time.
Why?
Every time. Specifically, I'd say WGV Goldings.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I've never really been that much of a fan of Fuggles. The brewery that I used to work at about 10 years ago also had stored all the hops in an old lorry body that wasn't refrigerated, wasn't cooled, it was hot in the summer. Like you walk in there, it's like a sauna in the summer, and it was just like rows and rows of Fuggles just everywhere. So I think that's quite traumatizing as well.
Bad memories of Fuggle. Fuggle PTSD.
They weren't like prime Fuggles, so we'll have to brew something with prime Fuggles and see if it can change my mind. But no, Goldings all the way.
Wow, thank you very much.
No worries.
Brilliant stuff.